You know who deserved?
Oh, I didn't even know where you're going with that. I mean, Salt Bae deserves
Criminal charges is a little much.
Yeah, I was like, he deserves a reprimand on his steak pricing.
Did you see the U.S. Open came out, like the U.S. Soccer Open, or which I don't even know what the U.S. Open is for soccer, the U.S. Cup or whatever, because that's basically just the MLS banning Salt Bae. And
just purely out off of the. So let's get some background here for the people that might.
So World Cup Finals, Lionel Messi wins.
Messi, Argentina
finally brings the World Cup home to Argentina.
Like 36 years.
Yeah. So somehow, which number one before we get to Salt Bae, Lionel Messi's the GOAT.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
He wins
Undisputed.
the GOAT conversation over Ronaldo. He has had a longer career, like he's got more career longevity in the Premier Leagues of Europe. He's not taking a bag and going to Saudi Arabia,
which apparently is not finalized. I didn't realize that.
It's not
apparently it's not
really
finalized. Yeah. But
so
it's definitely still like one of the only offers that's on the table
in January, because he's supposed to start playing for them in January. Yeah, I think Ronaldo's done with the Premier Leagues. Doesn't take this Saudi. Probably end up in like.
I think that's the only
other.
Which I mean, that sounds pretty nice, but taking a pay cut compared to go to Saudi Arabia. But
I mean, shit, he's still getting a bag for $100 million if he goes to Miami.
But Messi is the GOAT.
That's true.
Absolute GOAT.
Messi is the GOAT. He has the final notch in his belt for his GOATship. But as they're celebrating, somehow Salt Bae makes his way down to the field.
Is this in Qatar or was that in
No,
Argentina?
this was in Qatar.
This was
literally right after he won. Like Messi's celebrating on the field and Salt Bae's like pulling him aside, trying to get a picture with him. He's taking photos with the World Cup trophy, which I didn't know this, but evidently there's like I don't know if it's like a rule or if it's just like an unspoken thing. Like in the NHL, you don't lift up your conference trophy, you don't touch it until you get to the cup because it's like bad luck or whatever. But there's like a precedent.
Yeah.
There's been a precedent.
Talking about that legal stuff a second.
Yeah, that the only like the winning players and like people of the organization and of the club and like diplomatic people of the country are the ones on the field taking photos and actually touching the trophy. And Salt Bae is like taking a bunch of photos with the trophy. He's got the photo here and he's like trying to do his little salt thing. And he got like a shit ton of flack for it.
Yeah,
but I'm just very confused as to why he was even there in the first place. He's not Argentinian.
That was the question I did have.
Argentinian.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I actually.
He's Turkish.
Oh, really?
He's Turkish.
That's
He's
not what
Turkey.
I would have guessed at all.
I don't understand why he was there. Yeah, it's the U.S. Open Cup says that Salt Bae is banned from the finals, and FIFA is actually launching an investigation into his World Cup behavior, which is hilarious to say that FIFA is launching an investigation into a social media chef. When they should, oh, Jesus Christ. But the disdain that was in Lionel Messi's face. He's like,
bro, like, who are you?
What?
Go
who
away.
Are you? Why are you here? Go away.
The first thing is like, I get Salt Bae being there. You know, there are a lot of celebrities at the World Cup. I get where his head was at, where it's like, all right, we need content. You know what I mean? I'm not here to celebrate the World Cup. I'm here to get a picture with that damn trophy and get some content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that point, like, I understand where Salt Bae was at. Definitely, I mean, people these days, especially when it comes to their like internet content, they're brazen in real life. So crazy to me sometimes. The era where people would like walk into Walmart and just like pull over shelves and shit. Like, thankfully, it seems like we've passed that. But Salt Bae, he's getting his content. So if he ends up getting banned, I mean, but also now we're talking about Salt Bae. You know what I mean? Probably gonna drive more people to his restaurant. What he really cares about.
So he FIFA is reviewing what was going on, but apparently he gained undue access to the pitch after the closing ceremony at the stadium and after the trophy and everything. But the big violation is that he was touching the World Cup trophy, and per the language on FIFA's website, the trophy can only be touched by a very select group of people, including former winners and heads of state. So, like, if he was just down there and taking photos and whatever, that's the one thing.
That rule sounds dumb as hell.
It does sound dumb as hell, but at the same time, I kind of like that they're
going after.
They're raking this man over the coals because he just touched a gold trophy.
Yeah, I think that's like.
Also, is the World Cup trophy, like, do they get to keep that? Is there a new one for every year, or is it like you got to give it back and it gets etched on it like the Stanley Cup?
I always imagined you gave it back, but I guess they could make a new one. There's what, gold leaf
Cup trophy. Unfortunately, the winners of the World Cup are not allowed to keep the trophy. The victors would be able to keep the trophy in their possession until.
Predicting who can touch it is just straight up. It feels wrong. And if anything, now I'm on Salt Bay's side because that's stupid. Like, what do you mean I can't touch it? If it's a Stanley Cup, I'm touching the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? If it's the World Cup trophy, the golden ball, I'm touching the.
So it's specifically because it's the World Cup trophy. So none of like the team get to keep that trophy. They get to keep a different trophy called the World Cup Winners Trophy, which is a bronze gold-plated replica of the actual World Cup trophy. So it's.
I mean, I guess I get
it's like even more like people from the outside would probably think the NHL is crazy for having a salaried employee whose job is to take care of the Stanley Cup, right? So it's like that, but for World Cup soccer. And if you're not going to get to, like, if you don't get to keep that trophy with your team for the 4 years, that rule makes a lot more sense because then it's a much more
it's like touching the cup
thing.
Is crazy.
Yeah, touching the cup is like crazy for NHL players. But if you think about that from
like touching
a World Cup,
like
getting to hold that World Cup trophy.
I think that's so confusing to me that it's not actually a cup. You know, ball. Yeah. They should call it the World Ball.
The World Gold Trophy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It doesn't flow off the tongue as well, but it stopped confusing it in my mind.
More realistic.
Yeah, the gold ball. But either way, I get it. I get it.
More fun World Cup trophy. Trivia facts. The World Cup trophy is kept at the FIFA head, Switzerland. Only time it leaves its home is on occasions that so it's the finals,
abolish FIFA
and stuff like that. The trophy also leaves its casing, where it's given pride of chance of a chance to feast finest honors. There's a global tour during every
global tour. It just means that they probably have the guy take it out to each country and hype the World Cup,
taking it everywhere but Salt Bay's restaurants.
Exactly, but no, I think Salt Bay pulled off the lick of the century, bro. Not many people have touched the World Cup. He damn near is a world champion now, or ahead of Turkey, or wherever he lives now. Which also, I think is stupid. What, we let Hitler touch the cup, but like, I can't touch the World Cup? I assume not, but like, he was the head of state.
He was the head of state when Germany won the World Cup?
No. Well, okay. Now I'm using
now
Hitler's
we're getting down a rabbit hole.
I'm using Hitler's name just because it's like, he was a head of state.
Was Hitler head of state for a World Cup victory?
No way. 54.
Yeah. Apparently, the son of Hitler's architect helped bring the world.
Yeah, bro, that sounds like a rabbit hole we're not ready for. So on another note,
you ready to talk about some shoes?
Yeah, let's do it. What's up?